Abraham Lincoln.
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 294 of the All Get Here podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick. And joining me today are my two comeback co-hosts.
Happy New Year!
And you're turning 21.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Yeah, my name's Colt. It's a new year, new me. The only thing I'm changing is...
You have a new spine now. It's all robot.
No, I do not. I wish I did.
Would you spend your Christmas money on, Colt?
Manga!
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm Wenzel. I spent my Christmas money on books.
Yeah.
I mean, most of my Christmas money was spent on manga and drag shows.
Nice.
So, but yes, we're back. AYCH is back in the saddle. Thank you all so much for being patient and listening to our backlog while we just took some time off to recover and just enjoy the holidays. But we're back now, and we're giving you an update on what the podcast is going to be looking like going into 2023. Don't worry, your mommy and daddy still loves you very much, but we just want to give you an update of what you can expect from us in the coming year.
I don't know if we can guarantee that.
We're getting a divorce. You're going to have to go to their house on the weekends, and we'll get you on the week, and then...
But if you mention anything about your bitch father...
Yeah, I will beat you.
Reel it back.
Right,
We're not getting divorced.
All right. Maybe the father is not a bitch.
Hey, maybe we can work it out. Because if I learned anything from Red Table Talk, is we can talk about incredibly uncomfortable family issues in a very public space. And people will find that endearing.
I'm not comfortable with anything.
Yeah.
Colt is a very nervous person.
Things just keep happening to me while I'm in public, and I don't know what to fucking do.
I mean, you are constantly afraid about shitting in your pants now.
Yeah.
Who isn't?
Oh, fuck. I mentioned that on the fucking podcast.
Hey, we got to be plugging. We got to get back into it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I am afraid.
Well, I'm not afraid, like that one song.
But he will burn down a house of his toxic ex.
Yeah.
Well, no, he is the toxic ex.
Oh, yeah, that is true. He is the toxic one.
Oh, fuck. I never made it to the end of that video. Spoilers. Spoilers for that 12-year-old music video.
Yeah, so if you're seeing the name of this, don't be afraid.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're just
Why do we sound fucking creepy when we say that? Don't be afraid. Yeah, we're not
just
going
get
anywhere.
closer. Just inch closer.
Just let us get closer.
As Colt slinks into the shadows.
I fucking love that TikTok audio where it's like, calm down, I'm just taking some pictures or whatever.
What are you
Relax. No, it's like relax, I'm just taking some pictures. And people will like put it to like them taking a picture of their fucking dog.
oh, it's from Dahmer's thing. Yeah.
Like,
the bit from Dahmer I always see is on TikTok is him with the TV, but it's pointing to like some TV show people want other people to say. It's like, no, you will sit here and watch all of the 1996 and 1997 Fox Kids TV show reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, I do see that all over the place too. I did. Because that was last year, and we're in a new year where new memes happen.
Yeah, new memes happening all the time. Hey, there's new memes being made right now.
Yeah.
And you're missing because you're listening to something that's definitely going to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here come that boy.
Oh, shit, what up?
Bye, Felicia.
Sharkeisha, no!
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Ariana, why are you licking that donut? You got to pay for it first.
Could I get a number 10?
21?
It's actually this episode top 10 TikTok sounds of the last 6 weeks.
I don't know any.
I don't like how, I know this doesn't really relate to you, Pat, because you're already 31?
I'm 32.
32, okay. The other day when we were leaving the theater, we watched Ultraman. Talked about how like Tanner's 27, Cody's turning 30 this year, Wenzel's turning 25, and I'm turning 24. It just feels fucked up.
Yeah, because y'all were right out of high school when we started AYCH.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, because obviously this is the first time we got to like sit and hang out on the show, so there's gonna be some banter. What do you expect from us?
Yeah, we'll spliff and splooge some banter in here.
Yeah.
This is our 6th year of doing the show. This is the season 7 opener, which is like fuck. We're on the other half of a decade.
Man,
not much has changed mentally. I am still very much just freshly graduated.
I would say that's been the one constant for sure. It's just as dumb as when it started, but I feel like that's what people enjoy because like I know our friends that listen and our mutuals online have told us like they enjoy like the consistency. That's one of been our most positive compliments. Is like it feels like I'm hanging out with my friends, and there's gonna be plenty of that. And this year, don't worry.
Yeah.
But like it feels good to be back at it. I mean, obviously y'all got back at it a little bit sooner with the Backlog boys.
Yeah. But that was
that's like punching Tanner. Like we just grab him by the nipples and just
that was video game shit. Something we hate. We hate it.
Yeah. It's like I hate this shit so much. I'm gonna start a bi-monthly podcast about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it can be a bitch wrangling Tanner's bitch ass.
Sorry, that's a little behind the scenes banter.
Tanner's been hitting me, and I've been hitting back harder.
Finally, Colt's standing up himself and fighting back. This is his real J-Lo moment.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you've seen that cock and ball torture video where the dude's balls are hanging through the hole in the table. I'm like punching him like what is a punching bag?
How many fucking times have you talked about that on this fucking podcast?
This is the first time I've ever.
No, it's deja vu for me.
No, you definitely had some cock and ball torture.
Thank you.
I've talked about cock and ball torture. It's been 6 years, but I haven't talked about this specific one.
No, you've talked about that one. You were like cock and ball torture. That one video where that guy's balls are through the fucking hole and it's like a punching bag. That's literally exactly. Whoever's listening, please pull that clip up. If you can find it through like the 200 episodes of AYCH, please do.
300.
Don't make me look for the punching bag, cock and ball torture bit.
No,
I don't know
not
where
you.
it is.
Not you. No, we're gonna put it to an
There's
audience
so
member.
much.
Audience member is gonna have to do the work.
Yeah. Hey, this is the year AYCH finally gets an intern.
You know what? Season 7. We're making the audience do more of the work now.
Yeah, you know what? You tell the jokes, and we'll tell you if they're funny. That one sucked. Shut up.
You know what? You probably shouldn't say that in mixed company. Keep that to just your circle of friends.
That one was racist. You need to leave.
Damn, that was really bad. Oh!
Now that one was funny.
That was kind of funny.
That one's solid. Workshop it a little bit. It's going to be super tight.
Yeah.
And that one was nothing. That was nothing.
Then you didn't say anything. It's just silence.
I love you.
Oh, fuck. What were we talking about?
We weren't talking about anything.
Yeah, we were. We were talking about cock and ball torture. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, there we go.
That's the thing we need to swing back around to on the State of the Union podcast.
What's your favorite cock and ball torture video that you've ever seen?
I haven't seen it.
What about you, Paytrake?
You probably don't want to know what I've seen.
I've seen anything.
Listen, you don't know the chicanery that's been going on Gay Twitter lately, so I'm going to save that for another time.
Okay.
The depths Patrick has had to go.
Is that a joke? Me? Is that a joke there?
No, I don't know.
So someone's finally exposed themselves as intolerant.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you jerk off to. That's what I'm trying to say.
If I reveal what you flash jerked off to right now.
I got my fingers pointing at you because I don't know what you jerk off to.
I plead the fifth.
There's one thing I'm pretty sure y'all are both into, but I don't know what the rest of it.
Trucks.
Bang, 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 bang. First finger guns of 2023.
Yep. I just love, though, that the season opener is this Colt fucking... Or I'm having deja vu of Colt talking about cock and ball torture.
I don't remember it. So I think you are just...
You, but the thing is, you always fucking say that. We mention a bit, and you'll be like, I don't remember it.
You're lying.
Yeah, so some people aren't, cursed to remember all the bits from the show.
I mean, I can't either.
My brain removes stuff that...
I'll remember the week of, But after that, I won't.
At this point, it's really a matter of survival because we can't be burdened about the things we say because it would just make us nervous.
I have. It's like a whole week thing of like, what the fuck did I say? But then after taking a week to mentally like just heal, then that's when I can finally live with myself.
I mean, honestly, I was surprised that Tanner copped to like drunkenly pissing in someone's house and then cleaning it up.
Yeah, like
when Tanner
he said, "I'm going to edit that out," even in the episode. And I was like, "Don't edit that out," and he just didn't edit it out.
Which is funny because it was like it was
funny.
It was funny, but then also too, it's like, of course he wouldn't. Like,
and now just like, whose house did he do it in?
Like, there's not many houses that he goes to.
I mean, I was about to say, like, there's not fucking many houses he goes to. You can... It's a very low numbers game.
And suddenly that banter debate about what would you call the cops on someone if you pissed in their house starts to ring a little more clear.
That's why. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Now I want to know what really sprung on the idea of can a bird break orbit? Because did the fucker like
launch a bird
into the fucking air?
He pulled some MythBusters shit. It had like a potato gun and just shot that bitch in the face.
For anybody who doesn't know, back in December for a Christmas party, there was a huge debate.
It was more so Tanner being a bitch.
Tanner and Wenzel just like...
It was me and Tanner, but
yelling.
it was also mostly Tanner being a bitch. Yeah. It was constantly just Tanner being like, how do you know that a bird can't break orbit? And the thing is, too, is like not even his wife was on his side.
Yep.
Like
she said the exact same stuff as us.
Like literally thinking and talking about it. The more I even thought about it, the more I thought how dumb of a fucking question that was. Because I kept thinking about like I was literally going back to everything I fucking learned in high school. Like every science class, everything I knew about physics, about fucking aviation, everything. I was like, that's a
high school aviation class.
No, I was like, that's a stupid fucking question.
We were at his house for like 6 hours, and he would not stop.
What elongated that time more was because of that. And then he starts a fucking poll about it. And what was it? It was like...
It was like 60%.
Yeah, 60% of people were like, yes, a bird has done that. For everybody who voted in that poll, you were fucking stupid. If you said, yes, a bird has broken orbit in the history of the Earth, you are fucking stupid.
It's just not... No.
It's not fucking possible.
And there's definitely no way anyone clicked yes on that button just for the bit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, oh my God. Fuck. It's making me mad thinking about it. Yeah, so that happened. And now that's what brings us to our next bit of how Tanner had that started. Does that mean he launched a bird into orbit?
I imagine like a bird smacked into his window and like he just like picked it up and he threw it over his neighbor's fence, thinking he threw it into orbit.
and then he just had to ask this fucking question.
Yeah.
He threw it so high he couldn't see it. It's like, where else could it have gone? It went to space. I'm just gonna say Tanner might be guilty of bird crimes.
Yeah, probably.
100%. 100%.
I think so. Why are we 100% on that?
Because whenever he lived with his mom, there was a bird's nest outside his window, and suddenly it got destroyed. It was by a cat, but I think that's
But who enticed that cat?
It was his cat or his outside kind of cat. So.
But it was Tanner.
It was Tanner.
Tanner enticed the cat.
He fed that cat, and the cat said, "You know, I'm hungry. Still, I'm gonna eat these birds."
And Tanner was like, "Do it."
And when you feed a stray cat, it lives with you.
Yep.
You can't get rid of it.
Yep.
Now that we have like all this preambling banter out of the way, we did have something actually to talk about.
Yeah, we should probably talk about how much time are we on?
That was about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you. 15 minutes in. All right. So if you're just tuning in,
if he fast forwarded, if he hit the timestamp, okay, just like 0 to 15, senseless horse shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna give you some more silence there.
I'd like to apologize. I did not know it was illegal or looked down upon to record someone's dead body in the forest.
What the fuck?
And post it to YouTube. I just did not know that was a thing.
He also didn't realize that a teacup pig could grow into a giant pig.
like a normal fucking animal.
I'm sorry I abandoned my pig.
That was fucking crazy. that was fucking crazy, though, right? Okay, no. We need to get back to fucking. Okay, I'm sorry.
Like, we'll have our bits, but we did want to let you know that in 2023, AYCH is still going to be here, but there will be some changes.
There's going to be some changes to our schedule. So, we tried to implement. What we're going to implement from now on is we're going to release 2 episodes a month at least. We're not going to do our usual, you get an episode every single week. Reason being is because of, like, we all have stuff going on in our lives. Good reasons. And then, you know, of course, there's some life stuff that happens too, part of that. So, and schedules, you know, so we have to make it easier on ourselves and do it like that. Now, that doesn't mean that we'll never put out 3 episodes or 4 episodes ever again, because there's probably going to be 3 episodes that come out this fucking month.
Consecutively. It's just for the foreseeable future, there will be at least 2 episodes of AYCH, the main show, per month coming out. But that doesn't mean that the other times in the month they'll just be silent. So there'll probably be some other stuff that we fill in the blanks. But that's going to be on a more case-by-case basis. And it's going to be a big variety, because AYCH has always been about bringing the most amount of variety, and you're still going to get that. It's just going to be in a slightly different format. And plus, like, also, we're essentially the same amount of people making more content than ever. So we have Cage and Greatness, we have AYCH Xtra, we have the main show, and all the other things on those shows on top of, you know, like Wenzel said, like personal lives and personal engagement. So, like, you know, we have to just do the smart thing and make sure that the quality doesn't falter on one side and we don't kind of overstretch ourselves in the other. And plus, we just want to do other things and just, like, really expand what we provide.
Yeah. So we love doing the main show. Absolutely. That hasn't changed. We still are going to do it, obviously. But, like, you know, we have other projects. Like, we want to do more focused stuff, like how me, Colt, and Tanner do Backlog Boy, which is strictly video game stuff, you know, like that. Or, you know, there's projects going on outside of the podcast that we're doing in our personal lives, maybe, or like we just want to be able to have put the same quality in projects outside the podcast and in the podcast. And part of that is time management, and what we can handle is recording at least 2 episodes, you know, like a little bit of process behind the scenes. You know, we try to, like, record them in bulk and then, you know, release them. But we're really shooting for just doing 2. But that also means that we can also do, you know, the 3 or 2 hour episodes that we do, those huge chunkers, you know, they'll be even more worth it to do them, because now there'll only be 2 episodes coming out a month, you know. And then also too, we can break apart certain things. We like my world history quiz, you know, we broke that into 2 parts, and so we're probably going to be doing that more. So yeah, it's just a part of, you know, quality, and also to not trying to burn ourselves out.
As it clearly showed, because we've been gone essentially close to a month, or not a little more, and, like, obviously our listens are still there, because, like, we have over 300 episodes in our backlog, so there's still a lot of stuff to go back and listen to, and just, like, maybe there's something you haven't listened to before, or, like, all the new people that come on. Because this is something we'll get into in a little bit. It's just, like, how there's been just, like, a really great amount of growth in listeners and from different places, and they're going back and finding all the old stuff, and and all the people who are regular listeners, they're keeping the recent episodes, like, well lived. Like, for example, when we released the Christmas horror movie at an early part of December, like, that's still getting listened. We had a bunch of listens from Germany recently, and, like,
wow.
it's really comforting to see that even when we're not always releasing something, that people are still there. They're still hanging around. They still enjoy what we're listening to, and so, like, they continue, you know, to keep the fires, you know, stoked and warm. And, like, obviously we're still going to make things, and this is our 6th year doing the show, so, like, obviously we have a pretty standard regimen for what we've done, and, like, we want to kind of experiment with that, and, like, not only how we release the show, and, like, what we release shows about.
Yeah, and that doesn't also mean, too, like, again, like Pat said, you know, that doesn't mean that you're going to get less content from us. Like, no, like, you're definitely going to get the same amount of content.
All things considered, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to try to you know, we're really thinking about, you know, doing more obviously like merch stuff and, you know, all like certain like monetization. I don't want to say that, but like certain stuff that like, you know, because we've been doing it for so long, so we want to try to like, I mean, again, this is nobody's like career or job or anything. Everybody has their own stuff going on with like jobs and stuff, but like also to do this, it's like it requires so much time and so much money too, in a respect. So I think it would be nice if we started like finally like, okay, well, let's put out a t-shirt or let's what
It's just like, hey, 6 years in, we're thinking about making some merch.
yeah 6 years in, what I'm trying to say is 6 years in, I think it's about time maybe we should like, you know, we should be maybe paying ourselves a little bit from doing this and you know, giving people something to have besides audio, like a piece of that, you know, like a, you know, whatever.
Like, obviously for us to be just now be like, hey, let's open up an Etsy or something, it's like, it just shows like this was never about, the goal was never about making money or like monetization. It's like, obviously we've been doing it this long just because we enjoy it, and obviously we have the numbers to prove that people enjoy just like us having a good time and just making it because we want to, because we have something to say, whether it's serious or silly. Like, people respond to that, and like we hope that, you know, for all this time that you've been with us, that you continue to walk with us in this new, you know, this new era for AYCH, because like this is definitely the biggest change that we've done since the start of the show. But we feel like it's just going to show like how much we've grown and like how much we can continue to grow. Because like, I didn't think when it became like this arrangement of the lads that we would have 3 channels with like content on each one on a regular basis.
Yep. Yeah. Then I you know, could not see the future, so I didn't know what was in store. But I mean, like, I'm glad though. Like that was always the thing that we always wanted, like multiple things, you know, a network. So I'm glad to see it come finally to fruition. And I mean, we're still a young podcast too. It's like, you know,
you say we're young, but like podcasts rarely make it this far.
I mean, yeah, because how many shows like get like 10 episodes in or less?
I guess. But that's the thing, though, is that how many shows do make it this far? They're not many, and that also still makes us young, but makes us old.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Like,
I mean, because, like, how many other shows in general are there of podcasts that have 300-plus episodes? Like, obviously, we have 300 pieces of audio, but, like, another thing that's going to happen this year, we're going to hit our 300th mainline episode, which is, like, insane to think about. Like, obviously, like, you know, great big like podcast networks like Last Podcast and like the WoW Network, like they have a huge abundance of resource and like all these like, you know, professional podcasters and like and obviously they have the time, that's their full-time job. But for us to get this far, just like doing it on the weekends, doing it when we can, like that just shows how much we enjoy doing it.
Yeah, no, and like that's also why I think, like, you know, because it's not our full-time jobs, but I would like for everybody to have like some kind of like incentive or some kind of like, you know, like if something ever does happen, then like it would be nice if we could build this up into like something where like, you know, if somebody wants to fall back onto this and like just be like, you know what, this is, I'm kind of avoiding certain things about the subject, but just basically like trying to say like, you know, we do this for fun. We want to keep doing it. It's a project of ours, but also too, like
there's a reality that the cost.
The reality is we need to do something about the costs too, and it would just really help us out a lot, basically.
So, I think, you know, whether that takes the form of a merch store or a Patreon, or obviously there's going to be a format that you can receive like extra content, whether it be physical or audio, that I think will be worth your time and engagement and your money, because obviously, like I said before, y'all have to continue to stick around. I mean, like, for us to see just like all this growth. Like 2022 was the second best year on record for AYCH, which like that's incredible, and just like all the different places that we had influx from across the world. Like like it's crazy to think like we're this little tiny dog and pony show in Alabama, and we reached thousands of people across the world. There was a time where we were like the 116th ranked comedy show in Cambodia. And like just by us doing this week after week, we have already established ourselves as one of the longest running podcasts and just internet media in the state, which is like, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like it's crazy. Like, ooh, man.
I mean, and we talk about like butt pussy and cum balls. And,
yeah, like that's the thing. Like, it makes me, like, because I get nervous when people are like, oh, like having people I know on the internet like listen to the podcast. I'm like, what'd you think? And they're like, it's funny. And I'm like, now. So I don't get too nervous about that now. And whenever people say they have checked it out or will, like I get so happy. Like, it's nice to see people like you said from all over just checking us out and really
and even like the bleed over from the other shows. Like, there's listeners from Cage that they're more so Cage, but they come over. They start coming to us, or like they like, oh, we like JoJo, we like Cannon, we like Shim, we like Pat, and just like reaching out to us individually. Like, that feels so weird. I mean, we're far from the biggest podcast in the world, but just the fact that there's like people out there who have dedicatedly listened to us and like, oh, I love you, like I love your show, and like what y'all and all your bits and like how you talk about certain things, like that keeps us motivated. When like sometimes you get too much in your head about the numbers, or you get just anything that happens in life, and just like you're like, it's crazy to think like there's people who tune in and it's like I listened to your show and it made me feel better. I feel like when I was down, y'all kind of were a little bright spot, and that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's that's how I feel whenever we all hang out. Oh, fucking, it's always fun. Always love it. So like I'm glad people can have a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, that was the big announcement, is just us adjusting the schedule to a minimum of 2 mainline episodes from AYCH. Of course, there's still going to be some intervening stuff that comes out in those off weeks. So, there's still going to be plenty of stuff to listen to. But also to just give you the example of what we've achieved in the last year, I was going to go over like what our kind of numbers were. Like in 2022, we had like I said, it's our second best year ever. We had an amazing fourth quarter. Like, we had a huge listens in September and October and December. Like, the week of Christmas, from like Christmas and New Year's, was like an explosive week. Like, I mean, the week of Christmas always has been like historically a very strong week for us, but then like this year was no different. Like, y'all really love avoiding your families by listening to us talk about random bullshit.
Yeah. We're your family now.
Yeah.
We're your internet podcast family. Our top 10 cities of listeners, because we got like, obviously we know Columbus is one of our historically well-listened cities, and we also got a lot of new big cities, like some Chicago and Virginia, and so we'll go over our top 10 cities. Now, there's a double on here, so I will just combine that with a later placement. But number 11, Ashburn, Virginia. Ashburn, Virginia.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, Pat, you're already insulting people?
Damn.
I mean,
sorry.
Number 9, Northport, Alabama. Number 8, Frankfurt on Main, Germany.
Okay. We got some German fans.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Bonjour.
Oakland, Alabama. Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
San Jose, California. Hometown crowd, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Nice.
Number 2, Boardman, Oregon. And number 1, our most popular city, Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I've been asked every time we talk about this.
I feel like there's somebody I know that's in Ohio, and if I do know you, if you know Wenzel Wilkie, thank you.
Every time we do this, I'm always like, does anyone here know anyone from Ohio? I always ask, if you live in Ohio, you don't have to tell us where you live specifically. Thank you.
Thank you for spreading the word.
I'm so sorry.
Just who are you?
Yeah, I'm so sorry if none of us remember who you are, or if either of us know you. I'm not tracking people.
I don't know. Man, I just go in my room and close my eyes, and then I wake up to do the podcast.
Colt has an off switch. He just powers down until the next recording.
Then, okay, yeah.
And our top 10 countries for 2022. Number 10, Ireland.
Oh,
number 9,
top of the morning,
Spain.
Right in Irish.
Oh.
Number 8, Canada.
Hey,
bacon.
Number 7, United Kingdom.
hey,
Crumpets.
JP.
Number
Let's
6,
offend all of our fans.
number 6, Indonesia.
I don't know anything about Indonesia.
Number 5, India.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Number 4, Russia.
Oh,
The fuck? Those little dolls that go inside of each other.
oh, vodka.
Those are Russian.
Machoyska dolls.
Our international numbers just start plummeting. Number 3, Germany.
Okay, well, that's strange.
Bonjour.
Germany.
Number 2, Singapore.
Oh, I didn't know. We were
And
that
of
big in
course, number
Singapore.
1, United States.
US, yep.
But
Yes.
if we don't count America, it's obviously, because we're an American podcast, that next, number 1 would be Singapore. I guess all countries outside the United States. Bumping it up, number 11, number 10 would be Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
And I would say, due to a certain new series that we started, like we had a lot of new listeners from Southeast Asia and sort of like the Middle Eastern parts of the world, and like it's been really impressive to see, like, wow, I never thought that would be an outreach that was like really. Got no India and Singapore and Malaysia have all been like very consistently listening, and it's like okay, it's like wow, okay, go off.
All right, cool.
And I would say we had a lot of regular listeners. I would say one of our most regular listeners is actually technically an employee of the network, and that's Postman Frank.
Oh, okay.
He's been one of our most consistent listeners. So thank you, Postman Frank.
thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Why don't you go ahead and dox all those names?
Yeah,
Because
just give
it was
give out the.
it's
No,
just a
I
list of
think
names.
that's enough of just like personal names going out. But we had a really diverse list of episodes that are in like our top listens for the year, and like I was really surprised what ended up being like in here how some episodes, we're not gonna lie, we're kind of like in a low rung when they were released, but then got shot up to the top throughout the year. And some recent episodes are like made it into because on our main hub SoundCloud we have access to the top 50 episodes. And did y'all want to do top 10, top 20?
Top 100.
It only goes up to 50.
Ah, damn it. I guess we'll do 10.
10, just 10.
All right, the top 10 episodes of AYCH in 2022. Number 10, episode 261, the 5-year anniversary show.
Oh,
I don't even remember what we did on that.
we made food, I think, right?
Oh, because that was just a Banter episode. Because we were going to do another quiz show, but it fizzled out.
Oh, yeah. That was. I was thinking of the.
We talked about biblical apocalypse movies.
Okay.
We talked about The Northman, A Brave Way to Massive Talent, how the school reading selection when we were coming up was kind of lame.
Yeah.
Learning cursive, new movies, JoJo dropping off a bag of beaver nuggets, and we gave a lot of false news about beavers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, number 9 is the non-canon file review of The Batman.
Nice.
Yes, that was a
nice.
fun time.
Bunch of fucking nerds.
Losers.
Yeah.
Number 8 is non-canon files fall 2021 anime review.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anime's big.
Anime is good.
It's interesting to see, like, this was the top episode from a previous year that was consistent to listen to this year.
Yeah.
And then that in the fall 21 we talked about the Heike story, Blue Period, Sakugan, Ranking of Kings. That's a nice little batch of episodes.
Yeah,
I think
it
that was
was.
just one Colt and I did together.
Yeah, that was just us.
Really? It was just you two?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You were doing something.
I know where I was. Where
JoJo
was?
just wasn't there. I don't know.
We're gonna have to talk with JoJo.
We're having an attendance policy.
No. I'm just kidding.
Number 7 was the April Fool's episode, The Late Takes, Don't Call It a Comeback.
Yeah, that was a good, fun episode. Yeah. We talk shit a lot. I'm surprised Tanner came back, to be honest.
Yeah.
Number 6 is episode 248, The Night of the Banter.
Oh, that's where you guys... that was a Banter, but you talked about Night of the Hunter on that one.
Yeah, because that was the episode. One of my favorite episodes, pictures I made for the show this year. And that was where JoJo, Ken, and myself, we talked about, obviously, Night of the Hunter, Army of the Dead, Interstellar, Dead and Tombstone, a Danny Trejo picture, and our scathing review of Darren Aronofsky's Mother.
Yay!
You know, oh, man. I remember you said that you guys talked about Interstellar.
Canon's wrong. I'll just say that.
Pat, please, for the love of God, do not listen to JoJo or Canon. Watch Interstellar, form your own opinion.
Am I going to be the tiebreaker for this?
No, you just need to watch it. You just need to watch and enjoy it. There's no tie.
I don't know. It kind of feels like a tie because you have like one side, Interstellar is top 10 cinema, and then like, which is Colt and Wenzel, and then like JoJo and Cannon's like it's mid.
It's not even a competition. Also, too, Justin's on that fucking side, but Tanner's on our side.
Yeah,
so
Tanner likes
we're
it.
3 for 3, but it's not a competition.
If you say so. And honestly, this one surprised the hell out of me. The top 5 episodes for 2023 are all Ultraman related.
All Ultraman related.
Number 5 is Ultraman Files. Number 3, Ultraman Files. Number 4 is number 4. Ultraman Files number 2 is number 3. Episode 255, Diary of a Lad Red Ultraman, is number 2. And that episode we talked about the mind fault that is the recent Tyler Perry Medea's Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
Turning Red, Pokemon. We had a live Pokemon card unpacking.
Yeah.
We talked about Speed and Elden Ring, and of course Shin Ultraman.
Yeah.
When that was, we were first getting like, oh, when's it coming to the States? And the number 1 episode of 2022 last year is the first episode of the Ultraman Files. That's when I talked about the current Ultraman series, Ultraman Decker. And, like, that was just a thing I was going to do for myself because I liked Ultraman. But the fact that it kind of ended up blowing up and, like, has been consistently listened throughout the whole year is, like, I did not expect that. So thank you all for listening for the Ultraman Files and listening to everything this year. Even when we had our off break, y'all still came out listening to us. It just shows animal magnetism.
Yeah, it was so funny, or it wasn't funny, but it was so cool because Pat told us about how well the Ultraman Files were doing, and even now we're now in 2023. They still dominated, which is really cool.
It's like I have been able to release an Ultraman episode since the fall, and it's still being listened to on a weekly basis.
But you're not going to release them anymore.
Wait, hold on. Because that ties into something we'll get to in the second half of the show, is like what you can expect from the rest of the programs on AYCH. All right, so that's some of the numbers. I mean, like, it's been like a banner year for us, a banner year for Banter, and like it's just really cool to see all the stuff we've done. Like, some of the most fun episodes we've done, like, one of my favorites, the Letterboxd Game 6, which is like probably one of the most stressful moments of hosting this show, but goddamn was that.
That was a fun fucking episode. Yeah, it was.
And then Colt finally winning a Letterboxd game.
Yeah. Oh. I forgot I won that. Okay, yeah.
Which, I think we give ourselves a little pat on the back for long-term storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely. I take it back. I actually do remember. I mean, I really enjoyed my world history quiz episode. I had a lot of fun putting that together. I would like to do that again.
There's some really good bits on that episode too.
Yeah, I bet. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And one we still talk about is from the Girl Scout cookie taste test episode.
Is fucking Colt's Unabomber joke. Jesus fucking Christ.
Because there's a cookie, there's like a lemon cookie, and it had like some little like cutesy like positive sayings, like, I'm a hard worker, I'm a boss, and Colt says, I agree with the Unabomber.
I had forgotten what exactly happened, but fuck. Everybody fucking died.
Like we cackled for like 5 minutes.
It was almost like an actual Unabomb went off.
It was like, what the fuck? Like that was just a funny fucking bit. Jesus.
So fun.
And and plus it's just showing I never thought that I'd be able to talk to like like a writer, an actor, comedian.
Yeah.
When I talked to Joey Cliff about the new movie Prey, like, you know, like him being like an indigenous comedian and writer and filmmaker, and then like being able to talk about like just a cool movie, but just like the indigenous aspects of that movie, and like just in media in general. And that's just a really cool, just like illuminating, fun interviews. Like, you know, I never thought I'd talk to like a actual professional in media. Like,
yeah, no, that was when Pat told us that he secured that. I know I was personally flipping out because awesome. That was awesome. Like, damn.
So thank you, Joey, for coming on. And
Thank you.
We hope to talk to you again in the future. And like, I would say, not a resolution, but one of my goals for this year is to really reach out and to more shows and to more people in the air, because like there's just so many interesting people out there, and I want to let our show be like a platform to just meeting other people, because I have a couple of things I want to reach out to, and like, hey, we're not the only show in town.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see like who are the other like creative, interesting people that are in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always something that gets me kind of fascinated, because it's I guess you want to say like podcast scene in Alabama, but also too just like the scene in general. I guess like the art scene, like that's something like getting to know your like what other creatives are out here, and like it always sucks like not having known them, but then it's like when you do like find out, it's like, damn.
Funny like how there's people who are like you in your own backyard, and you don't even realize it.
You don't even realize it, and it's just like, holy shit, they're awesome.
Like people were here the whole time, and like I thought, you know, we were kind of just out here waving our own flag. But it turns out there's more people than I realize, and I think I would like to reach out to them and, you know, to see meet all the people we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick and be right back and talk to you about what you can expect from the rest of the AYCH Network. Welcome back, everybody. Part 2, episode 294. We're getting into what you can expect from the larger AYCH network, not just the main show. And I think we'll kick it off with what you can expect from the very first self-contained show from AYCH Network. And that's, of course, Cage and Greatness, the show where we talk about Nicolas Cage about half the time. So I will turn it over to a special pre-recorded segment from Captain Jimmy, Justin himself, and he'll let you know what you can be looking forward to listen to over there.
Hello. Thank you, Pat, for such a wonderful 15-minute introduction. You don't expect your friend and colleague to gush about you for that long or that much, but it's always welcome. And I didn't expect the 20-minute standing ovation from the rest of the AYCH crew. That was lovely. And, it really means a lot. I understand if you need to edit that out of the show, which would be the only reason that the listeners would never hear about it, because, there's time. There's just such a thing as a management of time. So I get it. But I'm here in this definitely not pre-recorded message to talk about what's coming up for Cage and Greatness. That's the show where we discuss the films of Nicolas Cage roughly 50% of the time. So what we have is a smorgasbord of Cage films, not only from the backlog, excellent films like Adaptation and that one he did where he's a trucker, but new and upcoming films like the Western The Old Way, and of course the one I'm most excited for, Renfield, coming out in April. And you can bet your sweet bippy that Cage and Greatness will be there to tell you all about it. Now, we had several new things happen with us last year on Cage and Greatness. We have a new guest host. We have a new co-host. Right now, we have a brand new theme song. Now, sure, I haven't written it yet, but by the time our next episode airs, it'll be there. Trust me. Not only that, we've added a new game for our listeners to play along with us called Super Fight. And You can rest assured we're going to be doing that again. It was super fun and definitely well received. And I'm pleased to announce that with our new listen from the country of Egypt, Caging Greatness has now reached 6 out of 7 continents. It's a big milestone for us. Now all we need to do is figure out what penguins enjoy, and we'll hit that 7th continent, no problem. But all of that, plus the normal Travolting Development episodes, which are always a blast, several uncaged episodes, including the Creed retrospective that we've been hyping up for several years, and other special things like the impression game will be making a return, I'm sure. We're going to be wishing our Valentine Marco Manone a very special holiday. And we'll just be bringing you all the same ridiculousness and fun that you enjoy, dear listeners. Anyway, thank you for letting me have this time to send you this definitely not pre-recorded message, since I couldn't be there live, but I couldn't be bothered. We'll see you later. I love everyone on All You Can Hear, on all the other shows, fantastic things like Cinema Grimoire and the Ultraman Files. And I'm looking forward to what you've got coming up this year as well. Goodbye, everybody.
I think there'll be a lot to look forward to from Caging Greatness. I will be on there from time to time, so I will be just as surprised as you are.
Yeah, I don't know what was said, but good job. Good luck with that, Caging Greatness.
Justin, I believe in you, and I believe that you will finally get Nicolas Cage to give you a kiss.
Right on the cheek. Mwah.
Is that a wish on there?
You'll have to listen to find out. Yeah, at the start of the year, the Cage boys they gave their wishes for the rest of the year, and there might be some smooching involved.
Ooh. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we're busy.
Oh yeah, Backlog boys.
Backlog boys, man. We are busy. First things first, this is a very big announcement. I'd argue the biggest announcement that we have here is we're launching a line of NFTs where it's going to be my butthole with worms and all kinds of insects and living creatures crawling out of it.
I did not expect that.
That was not a pre-approved
That
bit.
was not a pre-approved
That
bit.
was not submitted to the boys up top.
It's because you told me about the Madonna NFTs, and I did not know about these beforehand.
Yeah, we saw the Madonna
I immediately
NFTs
looked it up, and it's just a tree and insects and butterflies coming out of a vagina.
I wasn't looking at it probably because I can handle the Ark of the Covenant, or I know better. but Colt, sorry, that was a little Indiana Jones joke for you guys. What the fuck? Colt was over there, and Pat was trying to show me, and we were just talking about it. Colt just would not stop staring at his fucking phone, and I'm like, Colt, look away from put down your fucking phone. Like, stop.
Yeah, he was a very visceral reaction. It's like, what do you mean you don't want to see bean sprouts come out of white vagina's fucking
and then
pussy?
And then as I said that, Colt's like, it's not buffering. It's not buffering. It's not buffering the way I want it.
I can't turn it off. Madonna's hacked my phone.
Like, oh my god.
She knows my latitude and longitude.
Just close your eyes.
No, we don't have NFTs, but you can get butthole pictures if you send us a lot of money.
Yeah, see,
I bet everyone in this fucking network has a money mark. If like someone sends you, for me, it's probably like a few $1 million. I'll send you pictures of my butthole.
100,000.
Oh, okay.
100,000.
What about you, Pat?
I definitely haven't made money elsewhere on the internet.
What's your money mark?
Probably more than y'all could afford.
Realistically, probably a few 100,000.
Okay.
And you'll get to see our buttholes.
Finally, I can put a butthole to the voice.
Thanks for doubling down with me. Thank you.
We're a little far apart.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like, we don't have too many pictures of ourselves.
100,000 seems reasonable, right? Like,
I mean, anything lower than $20 is fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, have some respect for yourself.
Okay. 20,000.
That's pretty low, but you know what?
I mean, I don't know about this, like only fans for the bourgeoisie. Like, is this the level we're starting at?
I just don't want my butthole pictures to get out there, you know?
I mean, but what about that famous Colt quote from the early years? Look at my butthole, Twitch.
Fuck.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that, Pat.
I remember that.
We just have to say okay and believe
just
it.
like it was 9/11. You remember it.
Never forget. That's definitely my burden on the show.
Okay. Backlog Boys, though, for realsies.
What can we expect from Backlog Boys in 2023?
So the week this comes out, the next week, right? So the next week, Wednesday, 25th, you'll get to hear our episode going in depth about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We'll talk about that. We'll finally have that out. And then you can expect, I mean, we're going to, the plan is so far is still to do, our usual banter episode beginning of the month, then game talk at the end of the month. Do we want to say when next month?
Not yet. We do that on our main show.
We'll do that on my own. Yeah, and also just a little bit like personal stuff. I will be gone for a month, so we're gonna have to pre-record a lot of stuff. But
but it won't be like Wenzel's still gonna be there.
Yeah,
but he's not there.
Yeah,
like Wenzel's gonna have a bunch of pre-recorded lines that we just insert into the episode.
Exactly that. It's automated. So yeah,
like all your favorite Wenzelisms, like did I do that?
Yeah,
these nuts.
Yeah,
that's an actual Wenzelism.
But yeah, and then as for streaming stuff, those are to be announced.
Like honestly.
Okay, no, shut the fuck up.
It's just streaming stuff. They'll happen when the pigs fly.
Don't fucking say that. God, no.
We're waiting on Tanner's house not to get fucking beat up by dogs whenever we try to stream.
A lot of shit happened. There's nothing we can do about that. So we will do that. It's just that to be announced, it probably, realistically, it probably won't be any time from now until fucking May, maybe.
Maybe December.
Maybe the end of the fucking year. No, maybe.
Like, listen, eventually the lads will return to Twitch.
We will still do the Halo stream. We will, do streams of, any, if we can, multiplayer games, we'll still do those. It's just that.
Shoot, dude. Follow Tanner on TikTok at Tanner14.
Tanner's on TikTok now. So
yeah, he's opening his thousands upon thousands of card packs of all kinds of variety: Pokemon, One Piece,
Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, baseball,
everything you can think of.
Yeah, go check him out. The lad has been needing to open those, so go show him some love, give him support. Those are always fun videos. So yeah.
Tanner, there's a man that hasn't even liked a single one of his TikToks.
Fake friend.
I don't have the TikTok app downloaded. I don't fucking go on there because
You don't care about Tanner.
Oh my god.
If Wenzel's worried about Chinese spies.
That's okay. No, that's not true. I don't fucking care about that. Nah, man. I know myself, and I know.
You still spend so much fucking time on Instagram instead. It's the same thing.
No.
Just name your poison something else. Why don't you?
I do not spend as much time on Instagram as I would on TikTok. That is a fucking fact.
I just gotten to a point where I just go on it whenever, I don't go on it as much. As
good for you.
I'm too busy gaming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad.
Thank you.
Anyway,
no streams.
No, I
we're
do.
Not doing any.
I actually do. I need to get on there to support Tanner. That's something that I've been meaning to do. Just also to want to see what's going on TikTok.
Because you get the TikTok stuff on Instagram, but a month later.
Yeah, and all the premium shit is where it's from.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, nothing really new. And
but y'all kind of just started, so there's not gonna be any huge major developments, but you can always look forward to a banter episode at the top of the month, and then a in-depth review and discussion about a game at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's Backlog Boys with a Z. Nope, just one, not three. We also recently we did our gambling, our bets. What is that website called? Something Fantasy League video games.
Fantasy League. Basically,
Open Critic Fantasy. Oh my God!
Just-
Open Critic Fantasy League. Yes, there we go.
It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
It was really fun. I'm probably gonna get a clean sweep with that Peppa Pig.
Yeah, Wenzel got Peppa Pig.
Whenever I listened to the episode because I fucking lost it. Whenever I was like, holy fuck, I gotta bet on Peppa Pig.
Basically, they're like a fantasy draft. They pick what they think would be the best review games in the upcoming year, and it's a good listen. I was honestly surprised it took to the middle of the pack for y'all to say Street Fighter 6. That was one of my first when I was like, if I was playing, I would pick that. But
No,
There's so many games.
There's so many games, and honestly, Street Fighter is a safe choice.
It's just that I felt like there were safer choices.
No, Street Fighter's up there.
I know, but I still felt like there were other choices.
That's true. There were other choices, and I wanted to choose anything else. Also, too, I assumed that somebody would eventually choose Street Fighter, so I just didn't pick it. I was really fighting for the ones I wanted to pick, which were Peppa Pig.
Which is a very eclectic list, not to spoil it for you.
Yeah. It's my list is, let's just say, it's like a madman put it together.
Yeah.
That was the most recurrent descriptor, a madman's list.
But I think I'll win. I think I'll clean house.
I think at the end of the year, it's going to be weird when Wenzel's Games of the Year is going to be that exact list. And Peppa Pig's going to be really high up.
Whenever Peppa Pig comes out, I have to play it. That's, yeah.
You got to get the DLC and get the Platinum Trophy and all the DLC trophies.
And plus, it's not just y'all just simply picking what games you think. There's a little skin in the game, too.
Yeah. I really, also, too, Open Critic has their own reviews or their own ratings, so that doesn't really affect the overall how we feel and stuff, but yeah, you went for stuff that I want to do well.
It's basically just a metric for y'all to play the game.
Yep.
So, and as for the shows on, I guess, just half of the AYCH world, on behalf of JoJo and Ash, for Cinema Grimoire, which is our movie discussion podcast focusing on Gothic movies, horror movies, and basically just all of that viewed through a queer lens. We will continue to update for that show. Of course, we always intended that to be like on a more relaxed release schedule, a little more irregular, but you can still look forward to those episodes when they come out. So we don't have a hard release for those, but you can expect to see more of us on that format when we get to it. Also, thank you all for being very patient with the Ultraman files. I know I haven't had a chance to release episodes since the fall, but thank you for continuing listening to that. I do plan to at least do those once a month, and I do have an episode planned out for a review of Shin Ultraman, which we all got to see very recently as of this recording.
Yeah.
And I've been really itching to get back in Ultraman files, and you will hear more of those. But of course, like everything, until we get this new format completely set up for us, it might be a little loose, but I definitely plan to have that out before the end of the month. The review Ultraman, Shin Ultraman. Now that we know what's happening in sort of the more broad future, we can tell you what's going to happen in the immediate future, because the next 2 Mondays, you can look forward to the regular AYCH Awards. Format this year is that next week, Monday, January 23rd, you can look forward to the first installment of the 2022 AYCH Awards, which is us talking about the best movies of 2022.
Yep.
And then the following Monday, January 30th, is the second portion, and that is the Lad's Choice portion. Basically, it's us discussing everything else that happened in the year that we really appreciated and just want to talk about, because we knew the movies would just be too much to just try to share with any other thing. So we'll have an episode just about the movies and an episode about everything else that came out in the year that we just really want to talk about.
Yep. It'll be really cool.
And I guess any other miscellaneous bits, Tanner's wrestling show, Muscle Orchestra, finally will re-release.
Yeah. As we're recording this, it finally came out. Yep.
Yeah, so you can look forward to Tanner talking about the more fringe part of wrestling that don't get a lot of talk, you can look forward to that on Wednesday, January 18th.
In terms of other miscellaneous stuff, for the movie Banter Awards stuff, we're gonna have that breakdown where everybody's gonna have a top 10, top 10, 5 honorable mentions. Sorry, top 10 2022 movies, 5 honorable mentions, and then top 10 non-2022 movies. So anything that did not come out in 2022.
Basically, movies that you watched in 2022 that didn't come out that year.
Yeah. So, first time watches. So yeah, that's how we'll do that. It's a lot, a lot of movies. So that's why I'm glad we're doing that for its own episode, and I think it'll be good too. We all watched a lot of good movies.
I mean, everybody, I think, broke their 100 movie challenge this year pretty handily.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, like any other miscellaneous shows like Ultraman and Grimm, those will be. You just have to stay tuned to your feeds on Twitter, Instagram, your podcast feeds. So those shows are going to be on a more irregular release schedule. You'll just have to keep an eye out today, but we'll always let you know when the next thing drops. And of course, please keep an eye out on the Cage and Greatness feed for all the shows they have coming out. They have a new release format that you're going to be 3 weeks on, 1 week off. Just sort of, to manage their time. And plus with AYCH Xtra, this we look forward to Backlog Boyz and all the other miscellaneous things will be coming out on there. So listen, like AYCH is still going to give you your money's worth, which is free, but like there's still so much stuff that we have it coming out this month and this year and just going forward. So like you're not going to be lacking on any sort of like good stuff from us. So please stay tuned. Please stick with us. We have a lot of stuff to look forward to this year. All right. Any last bits before we close off for the day and head into plugs?
Butthole NFTs start at 1 Bitcoin. So that's like $30,000 or 40. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. Mail in your Bitcoins through the mailboxes, the post office, Facebook Pay, MySpace Pay. Hey, just send us a picture of a Bitcoin.
Yeah, put a picture of a Bitcoin in an envelope, put it in the mailbox, and be sure to address it to Colt's Butthole. Just put that right in an envelope.
It'll go right to it.
Yep.
It just takes some time.
When the mailman comes by, he'll put a little piece of mail in the mailbox and put a little piece of mail in Colt's Butthole.
Okay. Funny thought.
I actually shoved mail in my ass.
No, kind of. So you just happen to be outside while the mailman's outside. You look at him, he looks at you, and you're like, oh, fuck. Mailman sprints to you, but you're like so caught off guard that you fucking trip, and then you just leave the fucking door open like a horror movie character. You're just running to the fucking kitchen. He's already made it to the door to your house.
He came in the side entrance.
And it's like, for some reason, I don't know what male person still wears this shit, but like, they have the old like shorts.
Yeah, the classic uniform.
Yeah, the classic fucking uniform too. Just fucking running after you. ready to put that mail somewhere.
You gotta do his job.
It's like, come rain, sleet, snow, hail, or butthole. That mail is gonna get in.
Yep. And the government is like, why do we fund this?
They barely do.
Yeah, I know, they barely do.
Support the postal system.
So wait a minute, they don't have to do that.
I just asked them to.
They just do it.
Hey, maybe that's how we get people to support the United States Postal Office. Like, offer them a little ass play.
What?
Yeah, offer your anal to your fucking mail person.
Don't do that.
Please don't ask Postman Frank about his butt proclivities.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Frank.
I'm so sorry, Frank. You'd never have to shove mail in my asshole. That's a promise.
Okay.
Hey, haven't you missed this?
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you all so much for listening to this. It's been great to be back in the saddle, to get back to what we know best, which is just talking senseless horseshit. And we want to thank you all so much, again and again and again, 1,000 times, for your continued support throughout all the years and your support going forwards. Lord knows we'll need it.
Yes.
So just to wrap it up, be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe wherever podcasts are found. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're there. Share us with a friend. Let everybody know. Don't let our personal family members know, because that is not allowed.
No.
Only strangers on the internet.
Yes.
And of course, you follow on our socials: Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, all under All You Could Hear. Please seek those places out. We have more content on there. Just see all the stuff we've been making, watching, and judge accordingly. You can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. John lost his name.
My name Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Shoot, dude. There's an army of little piggies outside, and they're hunting you. Be safe.
I'm Wenzel. Thank you for listening. You can follow me on Twitter at Wenzel Wilk. You can find my art Instagram at World of Wenzel. You can follow my Bookstagram, Wenzel Banters. Speaking of personal projects, my Bookstagram, that's something I'm trying to focus on. And then my art Instagram, just my art journey in general. That's something I'm really focusing on. So, that's can't wait to show what I've got. And I can't wait to develop that even more. But so go check those out. I have a link tree in the bio for everything, for all of that, for all my socials, link, Letterboxd, Goodreads as well. So go check that out. Go check out the Backlog Boys. Really appreciate it. And thank you.
Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you soon, and look forward to the AYCH Awards over the next 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Baka.
Goodbye.
Did you both say Baka at the same time? Or did
End
you
it. End it. End it. End it.
Goodbye.
Nice.